What is going on YouTube and what is going on Raider Nation? This is Wi-Fi Willie. And damn, man, it looks like the Raiders are going to face a COVID-infected Browns team and a former familiar face in the Bay Area, former Niners quarterback Nick Mullens. The Browns have had a COVID scare. Baker Mayfield, quarterback, testing positive for COVID, along with head coach Kevin Stefanski, both unlikely to be there on the sidelines. And Case Keenum, their second string QB, Case Keenum, caught with COVID positive test. And so you're going to see Nick Mullens out there. Hey, but the Raiders have a shot now, and the Raiders are now the 3.5-point favorite. If you're looking at the spread, that's because of this COVID scare, dude. Jarvis Landry not going to play. Austin Hooper likely not going to play unless they miraculously have 2 negative COVID tests. In addition, you have safety Ronnie Harrison not going to play. Grant Delpit not going to play. Kareem Hunt already not going to play. So for the Browns, there are starters on both sides who are just straight up not going to play. The Raiders, if they don't win this game, they better win this game. But the last time Nick Mullens played the Raiders was when he was in a 49ers uniform, and he absolutely whooped their ass, dude, not gonna lie. Granted, it was the 2018 Gruden rebuild year. However, the Niners were rebuilding too, and they weren't too hot of a roster. So when you look at the numbers, yes, Nick Mullens had 3 touchdowns, 69.2 overall PFF grade, 70 passing PFF grade. And he went 16 for 22, 72%. 262 yards, so that looks good. Oh, he had a great game. Oh, he whooped the Raiders' ass. I'm going to tell you, dude, not that good of a game in Wi-Fi Willie's opinion. I think this performance is a little overrated with the 3 TDs, and it was his first start, and it was on Thursday Night Football at nighttime, so we're like, oh, Nick Mullens, what's going to happen? Oh, his favorite QB's Brett Favre, and Brett Favre tweeted out to him during the game like, oh, you're so great. So there's all these emotions for the game, which I think really doesn't matter. And it was just a lot of hype. Look at this passing chart. Here are the facts about how Nick Mullens played against the Raiders. And let me make it clear. That was a shitty Raiders team. Frosty Rucker was our starting DN. No disrespect to Frosty Rucker, but we got the last half of a year out of him or whatever he had. You guys saw this 2018 defense, man, not looking hot. Bruce Irvin was one of our best weapons, and you know how good he is in the later part of his career. Look at this chart. I'm going to go ahead and say Nick Mullens was completely overrated in this game. The vast majority of his completions are less than 10 yards right there in the middle of the field. You had George Kittle having a monster day. You're only deep pass, straight between the numbers, past the 20-yard line, only 1 attempt throughout the whole entire game. And then you have it on the left side and right side of the field, past 10 yards. Nick Mullens pretty much almost threw a pick every time. That's why he has a 43.1 PFF grade on the left past 10 yards here and 52 on the right. That's because he had incompletions that were drop picks, turnover-worthy plays, bad throws, bad decisions. So I'm going to go ahead and just straight up say it because I guess no one else is going to say it, that this dude got lucky, all right? He got lucky. He's a cute little media story, and that's why he's the 3rd-string QB of the Browns, not beating out Case Keenum, not beating out Baker Mayfield, obviously. And you saw Nick Mullens on the Eagles last year not able to beat out Jalen Hurts, though he did have some snaps. I'm not too scared of Nick Mullens at all. I don't think Raider Nation should be. And look, man, this Browns team is decimated. We have to win this game just because it would be even more embarrassing than any of the previous losses. If we lose to the Browns now, it's going to be the most embarrassing. It'll be the most embarrassing loss. I mean, they're completely decimated. It'll be on par with like the Giants loss, Bears loss. Although I excuse the Bears loss because Gruden was having like a hit job done to him, by the NFL during the game. That's going to be a little distracting. Hey, I will say the Browns aren't completely out of it. They definitely still do have a shot. I mean, just take a look at who they still have playing. I know Landry's not going to play. I know they got some problems on defense as far as the COVID protocol. But dude, you still got Myles Garrett there, bro. You still got Myles Garrett. And our O-line, Las Vegas Raiders O-line, is garbage, bro. Is garbage. And even Colt Miller's having a rough time. You saw him give up some sacks in this past game against the Chiefs. So you're going to have to definitely worry about their D-line still. And hey, the Browns still have Nick Chubb. I know Kareem Hunt is going to be out, but you still got Nick Chubb. Yes, you're missing some offensive linemen due to COVID protocol, but damn, that guy is scary, especially against this Raiders run defense, which really just can't stop the run at all. Great against the pass, though. Now, here's how the Raiders have a shot. The Raiders, oddly enough, have been the least affected by this latest COVID outbreak that happened in the NFL. End of the year, season stretch, COVID outbreak happening with several teams. I think it was like over 50 people tested positive. It's not just the Browns. It's hella teams getting hit. And the Raiders are one of the few teams that didn't get hit. If anything, they have Jalen Richard coming back after testing positive for COVID about a week ago, and he's going to be back in the mix. They're actually gaining players. Darren Waller is going to be out. He's not going to play for the game. Carl Nassib is also going to be out, along with Denzel Perry Perryman and Trayvon Mullen. However, Trayvon Mullen hasn't really played here the whole entire season besides the first game since he suffered through an injury. Perryman, yes, that's a huge impact, and we saw that impact last game with Divine Diablo having to sub in for Perryman. However, I still believe losing Perryman is a big deal. That's definitely going to hurt us in stopping the run game. And Darren Waller, yes, this is huge, and I think this is really affecting Derek Carr's numbers lately, the absence of Darren Waller. The Raiders have expected Foster Moreau to fill that role and help in the meantime while Darren Waller recovers, but that really hasn't panned out. It seems like Moreau has had better numbers when Waller was in the mix than when Waller's out of the mix. So I think, yes, Perryman, Waller, those are huge hits to the team. However, I'm not worried about the Mullen injury. I'm just worried mainly about this offensive line. Can they get it together, especially with Jalen Richard coming back as a pass-blocking running back? Can the O-line and him keep Myles Garrett under control long enough for Derek Carr to find Deshaun Watson, to find Hunter Renfrow? I think that's going to be the key for the game for the Raiders, because this short passing game is not going to work out. Once the other team knows that you basically cannot hold on to the ball long enough to even attempt a deep throw, they are just going to stack the box. All these short passes are going to get stopped as soon as the receiver catches the ball, if he even catches it. And then this run game just cannot get going. This run game has not gotten going all year. There has not been a single game this year that you can really say this run game has succeeded. Josh Jacobs straight up is having one of the worst years of his career. And maybe it's not all his fault. It's definitely the offensive line's fault too. But at the end of the day, this Raiders rushing attack is hitting some of its lowest lows that we've seen in a very long time. And even though we're facing the Browns and they're hit with COVID, I still don't think it's the team where this running game gets back on track and has a big day. I still think that the Raiders' main shot is in the passing game. That's going to be the only way they win this game. And I think this is a huge game for Rich Bisaccia. When you take a look at it, yeah, you're the interim head coach, but their head coach is not even going to be allowed to be on the field. Just like our starting head coach is not allowed on the field, he's canceled, but their head coach due to COVID protocol is not going to be allowed to be on the field. So I wonder how much that's going to impact some of their game time decisions, how much that's going to impact them making adjustments at halftime. And look, your starting QB and the backup aren't there either. So expect this offense for the Browns outside of the run game to be extremely simple. And this is a huge game, I think, for Gus Bradley. I mean, look, you had a rough game against the Chiefs. You've had a rough, I would say, past 3 weeks in general. Let's try to get it together against the third string QB. Can we do that? Can we stop a third string QB and Nick Chubb? That's basically what needs to happen. And hopefully this run defense can step up. And on the flip side, Greg Olsen, they don't have their head coach. Can you scheme up the right plays to get somebody open? How come there's nobody ever schemed open for the Raiders since John Gruden left? And besides that Broncos and Eagles game, you never see anybody for the Raiders wide open unless they're only doing like a 3-yard route. I just watched Thursday Night Football, Chiefs versus Chargers. Several big plays happened in that game. And the one thing that I think is, wow, that player's wide open. Travis Kelce is wide open. Keenan Allen got open. I just feel like when I watch the Raiders, I'd never see anybody open. If I do see someone open, yes, they get the reception and they're tackled immediately. So I think that falls on the offensive coordinator and whoever is calling these plays. But here's the thing, at the end of the day, if the Raiders win this game against this COVID hit team, which is sketchy in itself, and we're going to talk more about that on my live stream on Friday. Check it out Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific time on this channel. Going live talking about this game. We'd like to hear your comments and everything too. But if the Raiders win this game, wow, it's just 3 more games and we're on to the playoffs. Take a look at this playoff picture. Several people tied up here down the stretch. The COVID hit, you bet that's going to affect the Browns, especially with the record they have right now. And the Broncos, we can make it interesting with them. We play them the day after Christmas. Bills, they're falling downhill. Josh Allen is wearing a boot. Is this guy healthy? The Colts, we go straight head to head with them. Bam, we could make it even with them. The Chargers, 8-6 right now. We play them at the end of the year. We can make it even with them. So the Raiders truly control their destiny. And after this game, if they walk out with the victory, it's just 3 games left and then it's on to the playoffs. It's just 3 games and then the Raiders could hit the playoffs for the first time since 2016. Almost over a half a decade ago. All they have to do is beat Denver, who they've already beaten this year, and beat the Colts, who are sitting at 7-6, and take care of the Chargers for the last game of the year in Las Vegas. The money line is now favoring the Raiders by at least 50 points. Let me know in the comments if you think the Raiders can pick up this W, or if they can't, and let me know why. I want to hear what you guys think. This is Wi-Fi Willie, man. I hope you really enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you on the next one. Remember to subscribe to this channel if you like this content. Like this video if you watched it all the way through, and I hope to see you at a live stream someday. I go live multiple times a week. Just check out my channel. All right, peace out.